What's going on, guys? All right, I'm actually pretty excited about this. This is a pistol that you all have said for years, or not years, but maybe a year and a half, that I needed to test, because I've said that this pistol has the best trigger, or that pistol has the best trigger, or something else has the best trigger. And you all said I needed to try the Walther PDP Pro SD. So I bought one quite a while back, actually. And it was cold, and I don't do cold, so I've never shot it. This is actually the first time I'll actually ever have it out. Now, I do want to say, we'll go ahead and take a look at this trigger. Sorry, I stepped on a stick. We'll go ahead and take it. That's your take up, and it is smooth. There's no grit in this take up at all. Nothing. It is just totally smooth. You hit a wall, that's it. Now, it feels really good. I forget what I pulled this at, a little over 3 pounds, I think. It feels really good. Dry firing it, it does not feel as good as like the Canik. The Canik, either the TTI or the Rival. The Rival actually has a little bit better, my Rival actually has a little bit better trigger than my TTI, but just barely. And the over travel in this, you can see my finger move. With my Rival, you can't see my finger move. The reset, right there. Not very long, a little bit audible, not crazy audible. I do like the texture on this gun. It feels really good. I do like this over travel stop on the trigger, but it does have just a little bit of over travel. Now, I did get the threaded version, and I brought a suppressor, and lo and behold, I have it set up for my MP5 and doesn't have a piston in it. So I can run it, but there's no way this pistol is going to run without the piston. So I probably won't. I did go with the FDE version. Something that was really weird to me when I went and looked at this is it had several different color variants, and there was like a wide range of price points in different colors. I did not understand that. Where I bought mine, I actually think the FDE was the cheapest. Even the black was a little bit more expensive, and I definitely don't understand that. I did put a Hollison EPS on it with a CHPWS plate. The EPS, this is the full size. I don't like how they fit on a lot of things. If you don't buy like an EPS plate, or not EPS, but like a CHPWS plate or something, they have a plate system. It comes with it, stacks it, and I just didn't like how that set up. And this was a much cleaner look, so I went with this because it fills in the whole gap, looks all normal. CHPWS does amazing work, and I run those plates on a lot of my pistols. I'm not advocating or telling you to get those. This isn't sponsored. That's just what I do, and I've not had any bad luck with it. One thing I have noticed that I didn't really care for is it has plastic sights. If I'm not mistaken, the PDPs run like Glock dovetails and sights. They're plastic, and I guess they said, hey, if it's good enough for Glock, they'll change ours out too. I don't know. I do like the mag well that we have in this. If I can get the magazine out of my pocket, it turns sideways. It does feed well. You can hit it pretty easily. It comes with 18 round magazines. But without further ado, let me quit talking. Let's throw, I don't know, looks like there's 9 rounds in this magazine. We'll put that down range. I'll tell you what I think about initial impressions, and then I'll sight it in and maybe do some accuracy testing. All right, guys, let's see how she fires. Now, again, this has a really good trigger. I'm not knocking the trigger. The trigger is actually really nice. I was just letting you know, compared to what I feel like the best trigger on the market is, especially for like a polymer or hinge trigger, maybe not like a 2011 or something, but this is really close. So let's see what we got. We have a malfunction. That's what we got. We have a malfunction right off the bat. It failured to feed. And you can see how it jacked up the end of that round. Let me see if I can actually get this in here. See how it jacked that end of that round up? That's a bad start. I mean, it did fire, but not twice. All right, let's see if we got this again. All right, it fed that time. Maybe it's just a weird bullet. All right, guys, one thing I noticed right off the bat, it's a little snappy. I mean, you can see how red, that red streak in my thumb right there. It is a little bit snappy. Snappier than most other polymer guns that I shoot. Snappier than the Caniks and Glocks. I mean, it's not so much you can't handle it. I'm not saying it's so snappy you can't. I'm just saying I noticed it was a little snappy. So if you're buying this thinking it's, hey, this thing's gonna be a soft shooter, I'm not sure the PDP line is exactly a soft shooter. There again, I am used to shooting pistols with a light on the bottom. And as you can see, this one does not have a light. So that will mitigate recoil just a little bit, but I don't think that's gonna make as big a deal when you're actually, shooting a lot. I mean, it will mitigate it a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to make that big a difference. So that's one thing I noticed. The trigger was nice. There again, when you're shooting things, it's a nice crisp break. I mean, you can hear that break. The reset isn't as audible. It's a little bit longer than the Caniks. I'm comparing it to the Caniks because that's what I say has the best trigger, and you all told me to try this. It's a little bit longer, but you don't really notice that shooting it. As in, like my Canik TTI and my Rival, I don't really notice the difference in shooting them. It's dry firing it that I can really tell the difference. That one round that I had that didn't chamber, I mean, it really jacked that thing up. I don't know what caused that. Maybe the bullet wasn't seated far enough from the factory. I don't know, but it really jacked that bullet up. All right, let me get this thing sighted in. We'll come back and we'll put a few more rounds through it. Now, this is like a first initial impression because I don't have thousands round through this. So we'll probably put 100, 200 rounds through it today, and then I'll do a follow-up video later. All right, guys, I think I got it sighted in for the most part, but you can see my thumb is getting pretty red. It's got a little jump to it. It's this right here, this hard plastic edge is what's getting me, because I get like a very, very high grip on the gun, and it's recoiling back into that bone. Now, I said the same thing about like the FNX 45 Tactical. Everybody said I was crazy. Maybe I just have a weird grip. I mean, I don't think my grip is any different than anybody else's. Maybe I just don't have a lot of padding right there and that bone sticks out. I don't know, but it does hit that bone a little bit. But let me throw up another target, and we'll see what kind of accuracy we're getting out of this, or at least what kind of accuracy I can get out of it. All right, guys, 5 rounds. I just did a video for an Olight sight, but I haven't shot, gosh, it's been months since before I did that video, so my accuracy may be a little bit lacking, but we'll find out. Let's go take a look. That's not the best I've ever done, but it's definitely not the worst. I had one flyer here, 2 bullets went through the bullseye. You can see it's a little bit bigger than the other 2, and the other 2 were inside the 9. That's 10 yards. I mean, it's not the best I've ever shot, definitely not the worst I've ever shot. Gun is accurate, especially with a dot. I feel like I was back 40 yards, which I didn't bring out the steel today. I left it in the building. But I feel if I'd have brought out the steel, I could have easily went back to 40 yards and pop steel 45 yards, wherever it is. Pop steel all day long, no issues. All right, guys, so what do I think about the Walther PDP Pro SD? Well, I like it. It's a little bit more snappy. I know I keep repeating that, but I don't want you all to go out and buy this thinking it's going to be the same as your other polymer pistols. And I've heard other people online talk about the PDP being a little bit more snappy than a lot of other pistols. Again, I've had a light on it that would probably take some of that out of the equation, but the proof is in the pudding. And I mean, I could shoot this all day. I just didn't want you all to go out and be surprised when you bought one thing and it'd be like a Glock and it'd be a little bit snappier. The trigger, it's good. It's a good trigger. It's a really good trigger. I stand behind me saying the Rival that I have, Canik Rival, is the best polymer frame or hinge trigger, possibly best trigger ever. And I own like 3 staccatos and 2 Wilson Combats. And that trigger is still amazing. The TTI is better than this as well. I'm not saying don't buy this pistol. I had that one malfunction on the second round, and that very well could have been ammo related. It may not have been due to the pistol, but I've not had any more issues at all. I put about 150 rounds through it-ish, and I've really not had any more issues. It just ate is Blazer Brass 124 grain. It just ate it all, had no issues other than that first malfunction that y'all seen. The thread protector is actually a little bit loose, so keep an eye on that, as most thread protectors will work off. I don't know if this one has an O-ring or not. I can't remember. So just keep an eye on that. But overall, first initial impressions, good gun. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I'd buy it again. I think the trigger is really, really nice. I think the accuracy is very good with it, especially if you shoot more than I do at this time. I think if I would have tested this thing out, maybe, I don't know, last year, mid-July, August or something like that, it would have probably done, you know, better. I could have probably been more accurate, but where I've not been shooting for probably 4 or 5 months, it's a diminishing skill. But if you're looking to buy a PDP Pro SD, my advice is don't worry as much about color and find out which color is the cheapest, because FDE was the cheapest where I bought this one, and that's what I'd buy again. I preferred the FDE. That's what I went looking for. They have several different sizes. This is the full size with threaded barrel. You can get a compact version that has like a 15 round capacity, and I like how that one felt. I actually felt one of those in Charlotte. The magazine funnel here, the mag well actually sits up closer and actually locks your hand, and you can see I can almost get a finger in between when I put it down here to the mag well. But the mag well actually locks your hand into the gun, and it actually felt a little bit better to me. So if you're not wanting specifically a full size, maybe look at the compact, because it did feel a little bit better. Again, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you think about my assessment or first impressions of the Walther PDP Pro SD. Again, y'all were kind of right. The trigger is great, but if you've never shot a Canik, you should do so. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.